Statistics and probability. Confidence interval and appropriate sample size. In this lesson, we're going to find the length of confidence interval, which is the LCI. So to find the length of confidence interval, it is the absolute difference between the upper confidence limit and the lower confidence limit. When we say absolute, pag sinabi nating absolute, it is always positive. So yung answer natin ay laging positive, even though yung unang value natin is mas mababa kaysa dun sa pangalawang value natin. So therefore, LCI or the length of confidence interval is equal to the absolute value of upper confidence limit minus lower confidence limit is also equal kapag kabaliktad naman siya sa lower confidence limit minus upper confidence limit. So, yung absolute value, kahit negative ang magiging sagot dyan, so for example, so absolute value of, so let's say upper limit minus a lower confidence limit is equal to absolute value of 1 minus 2. Yan. So, pinagbaliktad lang natin. So, yung unang sagot natin dito is absolute value of 1 is equal to absolute value of negative 1. So, pag tinanggal natin yung absolute symbol, which is etong line na yan, so, magiging positive kahit ano pa yung nasa loob niyan. So, 1 is equal to positive 1. So, that's why, to find the length of the confidence interval, it is the absolute difference between the upper and the lower confidence limit. So, ayan. So, LCI is length of confidence interval. So, yung UCL is the upper confidence limit and LCL is the lower confidence limit. So, example, find the length of the following confidence interval. So, solution is, sa A natin is, LCI is equal to UCL minus LCL is equal to 0.603 minus 0.357. Then, pag sinubtract natin, it is equal to 0.246. So, kahit ano pa yan, that is positive. So, sa letter B natin is LCI is equal to UCL minus LCL is equal to 0.655 minus 0.629 is equal to 0.026. Therefore, the length of the confidence interval is equal to 0.026. So, 0.26 po yan. So, ang gagawin lang natin is subtract lang naman and the answer will always be positive. So, after getting the confidence interval, ito lang ay length of confidence interval. So, dito naman is, we have the formula for the confidence interval for the population proportion. So, meron na tayo ditong given na population proportion, which is the P. So, paano ba natin kukunin yung confidence interval niya? So, this is the formula. LCI is equal to 2 times the z value of the alpha over 2 is equal to the square root of P, which is the proportion, times the quantity of 1 minus P, or the proportion, over N. So, where LCI is the length of confidence interval, N is the desired sample size, P is the proportion or the sample proportion, and Z of alpha over 2 is the Z value. So, dito is gagamit ulit tayo ng ating table under the table of areas under the normal curve. So, para mas lalo nating maintindihan, let's have an example. So, eto pong LCI na to, gagamitin lang natin siya for the population proportion. So, yung kanina natin, eto is the length of the following confidence interval if this is the given. If we have the given ng upper limit and the lower limit, or the upper confidence limit and lower confidence limit. So, kapag sa population proportion naman, ito yung gagamitin nating formula. So, let's have an example. So, sa example natin is, find the length of the confidence interval given in the following data. So, we have the data, the sample proportion, which is 0.25, the size is 400, and the confidence level is 95%. So, first is, we need to find the alpha. So, yung alpha natin is 1 minus the alpha times 100%, which is the confidence level. Then, after natin mahanap yung alpha or the significance level, we'll find the z value. So, confidence level is equal to 1 minus alpha times 100%. So, 95% is equal to 1 minus alpha times 100%. And then, we divide both side by 100%. So, magka-cancel out tayo. So, pwede na nating i-cancel to. Then, 95% divided by 100% is equal to 0.95 is equal to 1 minus alpha. And then, ta-transpose tayo. So, 0.95 minus 1 is equal to negative alpha. And then, 0.95 minus 1 is equal to negative 0.05. And negative 0.05 is equal to negative alpha. To remove the negative in alpha, we will multiply it to negative 1. So, when we multiply it to negative 1, so magiging positive na siya. So, 0.05 is equal to alpha. This is the value in two side of alpha or two side tail. And then to get the one side tail, we will divide it by 2. So, alpha divided by 2 is equal to 0.05 divided by 2, and the answer is 0.025. So, ilalagay natin yung data natin dito. So, we have the one side tail which is 0.025. So, after getting the alpha, yan, find the z value using the table of areas under the normal curve. So, this is our normal curve. So, kung makikita nyo, yung normal curve natin, ayan. So, this is, let's say, 0.025. If you remember sa ating normal curve, this is the mean or the zero. And then, yung buong yan ay is equal to 1. Yung area niyan ay 1. Then, yung half nito ay equal sa 0.5. And then, 0.5. So, ngayon, we are going to find this part para makuha natin yung ating z value. So, eto po kasing 0.025 ay dito po yung part. Ayan, ditong part. So, ngayon, hahanapin natin yung part dito. So, to find the part or yung area dito is, we are going to subtract the 0.5 minus 0.025. 0.025. So, when we subtract it, it is equal to 0.475. So, area na po yan. So, ngayon, magpo-proceed tayo sa ating table ng areas under the normal curve. So, sa table natin, ayan, find the z value of the z-score of 0.475 in the table of areas under the normal curve. So, dito po, kung yung dati, ang hinahanap natin ay yung 2-digit and then yung 3-digit dito. Ngayon po, ang hahanapin natin na 0.475 ay yung ating area. Since this is the area, so dito natin siya hahanapin. Dito. Yan. So, hahanapin natin yung 0.475. So, yung 0.475 natin ay 0.475 Eto, 0.475. Kung nakikita nyo po, eto, 0.475. So ngayon, to find the z-value, yung value natin is, itatapat lang natin siya dito. Yan. So this is 1.9, and then yung third digit natin ay 6. So therefore, ang ating z-value is 1.96. Again, saan nakuha yung 1.96? So, hanapin muna natin yung 0.475 sa ating table. And then, tignan natin yung ating z-value, which is 1.9 on the left. And then, dun sa itaas natin ay 0.06. So, therefore, the z-score or the z-value is 1.96. So, next is, ayan na, yung z-score of alpha over 2 natin is 1.96. So, since meron na tayong z-value, so we will go back to our formula. So, first, we have the data given. So, eto na yung given natin. The proportion is 0.25, n is 400, confidence level is 95%, and the z-value is 1.96. So, yung ating formula, isa-substitute lang natin sa yung ating given sa formula. So, LCI is equal to 2 times the z-value times the square root of proportion times the quantity of 1 minus proportion over n. So, substitute lang natin yung mga given natin. So, magiging 2 times 1.96 times the square root of 0.25, which is the proportion, times the quantity of 1 minus 0.25 over 400. So, dito, ang isa-solve muna natin is yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, LCI is equal to 2 times 1.96 times the square root of 0.25 times 0.75. Dahil 1 minus 0.25 is 0.75 over 400. Then, next is multiply natin to, yung 0.25 times 0.75. So, LCI is equal to 2 times 1.96 times the square root of 0.1875 over 400. Then, use your calculator to solve. So, paano ba natin na-compute ito? So, ang gagawin natin is, first is to input the 2 times 1.96, then parenthesis, then square root of parenthesis ulit. Kasi pag hindi natin pinarenthesis, ang may square root lang dyan is yung numerator. So, parenthesis of 0.1875 divided by 400, then close parenthesis tayo, is equal to, ang sagot natin ay 0.08487. So, eto po yan. 0.0848. And then, if we round it off into 2 decimal places, so it is 0.085. And then, yung answer natin is 0.0848 or 0.085. So, ganun lang po yung pagkuha natin ng LCI sa ating population proportion.